Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. So today I am just going to be doing another type of video. So I am trying to do something different here on my channel, and I'm hoping to be doing more talking videos and maybe some more reviews and things like that. So if y'all have been here for since the beginning, I mostly do tutorials. I love doing makeup tutorials. That is what I love to do. I love doing my makeup in front of the camera, and I love editing it and just putting it out there and kind of like teaching you guys. So I always do that, and I feel like maybe it's becoming a little repetitive. So I am gonna be trying to throw in some reviews and maybe some haul videos and some other favorite videos and stuff like that, because I know I do not do a lot of that, which I need to, because I know sometimes you guys ask me questions and I tell you I'm going to do a video and I never do it, and it's not because I don't want to, but sometimes I feel like there's noise going around at the house, or I feel like maybe it's too much echo or too much noise in the background. So let's try and see how it works. If you guys don't mind, any background noise, if there is any, then I can keep doing videos like this. And I'm sorry for the long intro, but yeah. So this video, let's get back to regular programming. This video, I have gotten a lot of questions about my foundation and concealers that I mostly use. So I decided to do a video on it. I don't know what I can call it. Probably like a favorites foundation and concealers. And the thing about my foundation and concealer kind of deal is that I use drugstore stuff. I am so bad at splurging on makeup. I will splurge on a palette because I feel like it's a lot. Like a palette is worth $40, $50. You're getting a big amount of makeup. That's how I think, because I feel like one little, one thing for $40. I feel like that's too much. So for foundation, I use drugstore makeup. Drugstore foundations, and concealer, I use drugstore concealer. I am going to be talking about some foundations and concealers that are not drugstore, but I will tell you later on how I got those, and most of it is sample sizes, and I'm just going to tell you how they worked out for me. Some foundations I didn't like, so I will tell you which ones I don't and which ones I did. So I will let you know on that. So to get started, my most favorite foundation has to be the Milani foundation. So the Milani, this one right here, the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. It's supposed to have foundation and concealer together. So this foundation has just been my holy grail since it came out. Foundation has been my holy grail since it came out. The day I found out it came out, ran to the store, and thank God it was there. And I did go through a couple of shades, because it's kind of hard to find your shades in drugstore, and I totally feel y'all's pain, because I bought 3 bottles to finally get my shade. So it did take a little bit, $30 less, which it would have been a little bit, better if I would have gone maybe to Sephora and gotten matched and spent the $30 on one foundation. But I got 3 foundations for that price, and I am a makeup artist. I do clients on the side, so it was fine that I did have the extra 2 that did not fit me, because I get to put them on my kit. So I don't mind spending $10 on one foundation, or even 3, if that's the case. So I am a shade 6. I don't have it with me. This is shade 7, and I have shade 5. Shade 6 is put away, because I just went out of town, but I'm actually low on it. I am done. Yeah, I had to unscrew it to get some foundation out, so it's crazy. But yeah, so this Milani one, honestly, if you ask me what is my favorite foundation, it has to be this one. And I love it because it is full coverage. And I still use concealer with it. You don't have to if you don't want to. That's the point. That is why it's so full coverage. It is foundation and concealer in one sort of thing. I still do use concealer because I do like to highlight my face. So concealer always works as concealer and highlighter at the same time, you know? That's kind of how we contour and highlight. And so I still use concealer, but this foundation is bomb. I do not suggest it for super oily skin. If you're very, very oily, it might not work for you because it is not matte. It is not dewy, but it's not matte. Like, it is not gonna dry fast. So what I suggest, even if you are oily, I am oily in some places. I am kind of both. I'm dry around my nose area here, and then I'm like everywhere else. Sometimes I'm just oily, depending also where you're at. So what you can do is always set your foundation. You want to set it with translucent powder. I do use the Coty Airspun translucent powder and the RCMA powder. Just set your face. Make sure that your foundation is set. That way it does last longer, and especially if you're oily, it will help your foundation last longer. And it was like a tip from a makeup artist. I can link her down below, but I'll try to find her thing. But she put it on Snapchat a long time ago, and she had this foundation, and she said that as long as you set it, it will be fine. You can be oily and it will be fine. You just gotta make sure you set it. I get kind of like baking. That way it can just settle in and it not be melting off at the end of the day, you know? So number one foundation has to be the Milani one. Like, takes the cake, hands down. I think I love it so much because of the full coverage. Like I said, I have freckles. You might not see them right now, but I have freckles and some acne marks sometimes, and or when you have pimples, you know, all of us, you know, those days, we all got them. So it does help, and I love it for special events. I feel like it doesn't give me flashback. I thought it did, but it didn't. I have been going to a couple of family parties lately, and I have not got any flashback. I have used it on some people, and they did not get any flashback either. So I am very excited to say that it did not give me flashback. But I mean, don't take my word on it. It might also have to do with what I use to set, because I do use the RCMA no color powder, and that doesn't give you flashback. So that's what I use for like special events and clients. So it also has to do a lot with your setting powder, not just a foundation. Okay, so this is my number one foundation. My second number one foundation. The second foundation that I love, these two that I'm talking about are my fave, hands down, forever. The Milani Matte and Poreless foundation is to die for. Like, I am oily, you know, and when I'm just like in a hurry for like an everyday, maybe like an everyday kind of thing, I use this one. When I know I'm gonna be running errands or, you know, outside mostly, and I don't want to pack on the rest of my makeup, I will use this because it will keep me matte all day. I do set it, I do set it, but it is different than having the Milani one, where I have to make sure everywhere it's set, so it won't kind of like, if I'm going outside, it might, you know, slip and slide. So this one is a lot more for like everyday errands. If you know you are oily or you're gonna be outside, I recommend this one. This one might be like no coverage to medium, like medium. I don't think it is full coverage. I want to say it's like medium coverage, but you can build it up. So I definitely recommend this. These two foundations are the ones I recommend all the time when someone asks me, always. Dry skin, oily skin, or you can do both and just, you know, set them the way you have to. And I want to say I have tried the Makeup Forever foundation. I have had samples of it a couple of times. Just use it at a family event that I had a couple of days ago, and I really like it. I have been eyeing that foundation for forever because it is HD and it's supposed to not have flashback for special events and stuff. I've been eyeing that foundation for forever, and I have never gotten the guts to pay $45 for it, or $40 something for it. And I have had 2 samples of it just to kind of try it out a little bit more, and I love that foundation. That foundation is just amazing. That foundation makes me feel like so pretty. My skin looks so nice. It is medium to full coverage, and I love that foundation. And I have to say, it has to be one of my favorite from high end, but of course I haven't tried a lot of high end foundations, so maybe I'm not the best person to tell you, but I am more of a drugstore foundation. Like, I collect them a little bit more than I do high end, just because of the prices. Okay, stuff is expensive. And so Makeup Forever would be the only one that I could recommend from the high end counterpart. I have tried the Kat Von D one, and I do not like it. I feel like it's too heavy for me. Plus, the one I got was wrong color, so that did not help my situation, because that just made me like, no, I don't like it. I feel like it's too heavy for me, and the smell of it would drive me crazy. Okay, I actually bought it and I returned it because it was the wrong color. They never match me right. So I don't know, I still want to kind of try it out again. Maybe get a sample and just try it out again, because I feel like the wrong color kind of threw me off a bit, so that kind of sucked. But that one, for me, it didn't work. And another one that I tried was the Too Faced one, the Too Faced Born This Way. That one was very good. I did return it because it was the wrong shade. I'm telling you, I never get matched right. So I returned it and I never bought it again. And I do want to buy it again and see if I can get the right shade, because I did like it. It was my first high-end foundation that I ever bought, but it went back, obviously. But I did like it. Maybe not for like, maybe it's not so full coverage, you can say. Like, it's not that full, and I love full coverage foundations. That's just me, like, I'm crazy. But it's very good. I would recommend that one, and not the Kat Von D one, at least for girls that do not like heavy foundations. And I'm gonna talk about the last 2 foundations, and I don't have a lot, or maybe 3. I don't have a lot of foundations because obviously I'm stuck with these 2, and I feel like I don't need any more, you know? So the next foundations, I'm just gonna talk about them real quick, and it's gonna be the L'Oreal Pro Glow Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. So this foundation, I had been on and off about buying it or not, and it's so hard to find your color in this foundation, or the Infallible Matte. Super hard. I was scared to get the wrong one, because this foundation is like $12, $13, and I didn't want to get the wrong shade, but it worked, so it was good. I am shade 205. It might be a tad too light, but I'm planning on getting a little bit darker. But it's the only one that I feel like would match me right, because it's kind of like that yellow tone. And this foundation, I really like it. It gives you that glowy effect. You can set it, I mean, in places where you don't want it to slip and slide, but this is more for my dry girls, because it is a glowy foundation, so it's gonna make you look dewy like AF, okay? So if you are dry and you are looking for a dewy foundation, I recommend this one. It's awesome. And another foundation that I decided to try, because I have heard good things about it, I haven't played with it a lot, so I can't give you like a full-on review on it, but these Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin, which I need the concealer of this. I heard it's awesome. This foundation is very good. I really like it. I've tried it a couple of times, and I really like the way it covers it. I'm thinking it's medium, and it does have SPF, which is good. It's not good if you're gonna wear it to a special event, because you do get flashback. SPF creates flashback. So I don't recommend it for that. But it does have very good coverage. So it is gonna give you that smooth skin effect on your, like the Milani one. So this one is also about $10. It is very good. It comes, it's a good size of a product for $10. So I really like this one also. It's an awesome everyday foundation. Maybelline kills it with their products. Like, I need the concealer of this one to try it out. Maybe I'll try both of them out more often when I buy the concealer, and I can give y'all a review on those together. So the concealers I want to talk about, I only have one, or two actually, and it's gonna be my Maybelline Fit Me concealers. If you have followed me for like forever, these are my babies. The Maybelline Fit Me concealer is my ride or die, like holy grail forever concealer. I will never let that go. I did buy the NARS Radiant Concealer and I love it, but I only use it for special events, mostly because I got a sample size because I'm cheap and I ain't about to spend $30 on a concealer. That's just me. Maybe if I got some extra money, but not at that time. So I bought the sample just to try it out also. And it is very good, but I like it more for special events since it is a little bit more thicker than my Maybelline. So Maybelline Fit Me concealer, it is from the Fit Me line, from Maybelline, and I just feel like it's awesome. To me, it does crease if you don't set it right, but I do not have a lot of creasing under my eyes when I use this. I have used some Wet n Wild ones before, and those did crease on me. Some LA Girl ones I have tried, and those did crease on me. These did not. Of course, I did set it with my translucent powder, but it did not crease. So I love it. I have the shades Sand Sable and Cafe to contour. So these two I forever like. If you're looking for a drugstore concealer and you don't know what else to pick, this one I'm gonna recommend. So the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. So I think that is the only concealer I'm gonna recommend because it's the only one I've really tried out for a long time. I have bought this 5 times already, and I really like it. It's not like, oh, because that's the only one I can afford. No, I can afford other ones, but I rather not spend my money on an expensive one when a less expensive one does the same job, So all preference, of course, but if you are looking to save some money, go with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, the Milani foundation, Maybelline foundation, girl, you're gonna love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little different type of video, and I hope you guys kind of got to see what kind of foundations I use on a daily basis and for videos and stuff. So I hope you guys liked it, and let me know what your favorite foundations and concealers are down below, or if you want me to try a certain one for me to review for you guys, let me know. So I love you guys. I will see y'all later. Bye.